What is going on, everybody? I have been trying desperately to figure out how to shoot in SLOG3. It has always kind of scared me. I've had Sony cameras for now about 3 or 4 years. I recently upgraded to the A7RV from my old A7C, and this has got 10-bit color baked in. So what I want to do is try to be able to get the most I can out of the 10-bit color that's in this camera. So I have decided I'm going to take the leap. I'm going to try to expose in SLOG3. And I went out and I've had 2 different outings where I have recorded everything in SLOG3. I went over to the lake in kind of a cloudy condition. And then I also went and took this little forest path and kind of got some video of that as well, with this sort of dappled light coming in through the trees above, and see how those different things exposed. I exposed anywhere between 1.3 stops over to 2 stops over as kind of recommended, but really going off of getting my face exposed correctly. I'm also going to shoot this in SLOG3, but this is in studio conditions, very easy to kind of bring it all back. Don't have to worry too much about it. I'm setting zebras at 70, and ideally, if my face is just barely zebraed, that should be in the right range for it to be correctly exposed. We're going to find out here. Normally, out in the field, I am using the Sony ECM B10 mic that sits kind of on top in the hot shoe. However, I have got the Rode Videomic NTG that I'm using here to just show you can also mix and match the audio, and we'll see how much different those sound as well. So I'm going to try something within this edit where I will try to get the kind of before and after of, like, here's what it was with log, here are the kind of small adjustments that I made, and here's the result that I got. So you can see it. I'm not doing a bunch of color correction. I just want to see, can I get it close with 2 nodes in Davinci Resolve. I've got everything loaded up in Resolve. Let's go ahead and jump in and see if we can salvage any of this. All right, here we are in Davinci Resolve, and I have got this set up. I did a few different test timelines here, but the one we're looking at is timeline 4. And if you look at the timeline settings, I've got this in full 4K, and I'm shooting at 24 frames per second. So that is what I have set here. And this is just coming off the project. But the color space is set to Davinci, and I have got Rec 709 as both my timeline and output color space. So hopefully that is helpful for you as if you are wanting to do the same here. And if I come over into the color page, I've already used a bunch of footage and put a few things in there, but wanted to show you the 2 nodes that I have. I have the basic input node, and then I have also got a single color space transform node. This is the output node that'll go at the very end. Nothing else goes on top of it. And I'm going to use the input color space of Sony S Gamut 3 Cine and input gamma of Sony S-Log3 because that's what I shot in. For output, it'll be Rec 709 and then gamma 2.4. Your settings might vary for output depending on what you're shooting for. There are ways to do this with a LUT and other things like that, but I chose this one because, quite frankly, it's very straightforward. I have the apply forward set, and then I didn't do any gamma mapping, but let's go ahead and set that anyway. We can have it handle saturation compression, and it's got a nice little knee to it. That should be just fine. I'm just setting it and forgetting it like a Ron Paul Peel device. So from there, I copy over all of my grade to all of my clips, just highlight all of them that you want to apply it to and select apply grade. It'll say, do you want to replace the existing ones? And you can just say, yes, I do. And notice it brings back all of the color in each one of these. And now you've got somewhere to kind of start from. You could go through and correct as you so desire. I'll personally be doing very minimal for the sake of just walking you through how it worked for me. And then I'll show you the output at the end of this. I did want to walk through one other thing, which is how I am going to do the wipes back and forth between the log and the transformed versions of this. And that is done very simply, or at least this is how I've done it. If you hold Option on a Mac or Alt on a PC, you can create a copy of your footage here, and then you can actually pull this back to, let's say, let's do 2 seconds worth of footage. And then you can go ahead and head over here to the wipes. If you just type wipe in, you can find an edge wipe, bring that over onto here. And then the edge wipe can be, let's make it 2 seconds. And let's set this, instead of as an edge wipe, let's go to a slide. and we'll choose a right to left slide. So as I then go here, punch in on this a little bit. We'll make this 3 seconds. And I'll slide my footage over here. And then what we need to do is highlight this one, go to the color tab, and then disable the transform. And you can do that by hitting Option D or Alt D on a Windows PC. And from there, then if we go back over to edit, and I've got these muted so you don't have to hear me yammering over the top of this, but you'll see the log footage, and then it'll bring in the transform. And if you add any grade on top of that, it will do the same. And that's very straightforward. You can also slide halfway and then leave this where you've got both clips on top and sort of transform one down. This seemed very easy for me. I'm sure, again, there's a better way to do it, but that's how I accomplished it. I'm going to go from here, edit the rest of this, and here is the result. So as I've been going here, somebody has got music playing, and there's somebody like riffing saxophone on top of whatever the music is that they're playing. I don't know if they got a party going or if somebody just set up their saxophone out on the lawn. It was like having their own sort of St. Elmo's Fire moment, but it sounded pretty cool. So comparatively, this is what it says is properly exposed here. I'm not sure how much I buy that. I'm gonna take the glasses off maybe a little bit, but it's just awfully dark for my face. So if I pull it up to stop here, I'm gonna get the very blindy. Pull it up to stop. I feel like that, so this is at 1.3. I feel like that seems to be a lot more reasonable, more usable. What do you think?